Hi everyone, I hope you're all well and enjoying the hot weather whilst maintaining social distancing, of course. Today I want to give you an update on what's happening with my work on the Commission, but before I can do that I need to go back in time a little bit. I need to take you back to 1979 because in 1979 there was a decision made by the Education Secretary, Shirley Williams at the time, that there was an issue with West Indian children not achieving as well as they could do in the education system. So they conducted a report which was made up of interviewing 6 local authorities, parents, teachers. It was a massive investigation into what they could do to try and address the problem. And the report came out as an interim report, a temporary report in 1981. And that report effectively said that teachers had a low expectation of West Indian children's academic abilities. Also, there was a lack of understanding of our culture, and also that children were focused more in the sports element and arts and drama, that kind of thing. So what the report determined was recommendations included children requiring more involvement from their parents in school, as well as teacher training. The report was criticised heavily by a number of people, and it was criticised so heavily that in the end the chairman, Mr. Rampton, resigned. And more importantly, one of the things that was said was, why do you think children are underachieving? West Indian children may be reaching their abilities and not being able to get any further than that because that is their ability. So all these things cause a number of problems. And then 5 years later, the Swan report, which was the final report, was put together. And that report changed its tact. And the change was that it would no longer look just at West Indian children. What it would do, it would look at education for all. And that is a good thing, but what it did was it took away from the original problem. And lo and behold, in 2020, the commission that has been set up to look at inequality, which came about as a result of the Black Lives Matter, is now switching from looking at how inequality affects the Black community to inequality as a whole. Now, I'm trying to work out how did that happen and why has that happened. It's important that we look at inequality holistically, that we look at inequality that affects everybody. That is important. But that's not what this commission was initially set up for, and that's not why Boris Johnson said that it was needed. Why has it suddenly become diluted to include other things? And the reason for that is because it's going to take away from the main issue. Because the problem we have, as we have with the classification of BAM, is that people get pushed into one place. They are not classified individually and defined individually. So the prejudices that affect different groups is locked and roped into one thing. And I believe that's why they're doing this. They're trying to dilute the problem. So what I'm going to do is I sent that freedom of information. It must have been over 100 years ago and nothing's come back from that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to contact the Information's Commissioner, and I'm going to put in a formal complaint that the remit of the commission, why it's been set up, who is going to lead on it and why that person is going to lead on it and why it's focusing on certain things has not been answered. Because until we get that, this commission is just going to do exactly what the government want it to do. It's going to take away from the main issue here. And that's what everything has done all the way throughout history, taking you away from the problem. So when I get the answer to that, I will obviously let you know. But you really have to understand how strategic this move is. Because when did this commission become about other things? When? It became about other things when the government made the decision that they were going to move away from the real problem. The fact that there is a serious inequality relating to the Black community in this country. And if you focus on other things, you move away from that problem. So there is a time for inequality for all in relation to a commission, but this is not it. So I'm going to give you an update as to what happens in relation to the complaint that I'm going to lodge with the Information Commissioner and get back to you. We can't move away from this problem. I've made it really clear that I am going to be on their backs and they're not going to get rid of me. And it doesn't matter that I don't have 1 million followers on Instagram or on the social websites. It doesn't matter. I don't care. Our job is to keep on top of them and find out why they have changed the remit of this report and why other groups are going to be included in it. So I'll keep you updated. Please enjoy your weekend and enjoy the weather. But remember, stay safe. Speak soon. Bye.